I was born to be a champion, raised in the jungle. All my life, yeah, I had to fight. FNG, let's go live tonight. I was born to be a champion, raised in the jungle. All my life, yeah, I had to fight. FNG, let's go live tonight. You can move on your own. Read your moves, dancing in the end zone. Crush crew. All we do is get dubs. Hate to lose. We can do this all day. Yo, Snoop, gonna get it popping if you raised in the jungle.
Okay. All right, yeah, we trying this Zoom thing. We're trying. As always, this is your boy, Big Boy Deal, the Browns owner. We got a lot of stuff to cover. Yeah, we got a new system we're using, new app. We're using Zoom for the first time. Please be patient with us. Trying to figure some stuff out, but we'll make it work. First, I'd like to bring this guy in who actually blessed us with this account. Waiting in the waiting room, Mr. Debo himself. As soon as he pops up. Harris, if you there, come on through. There you are. How you doing, sir? Waiting for your audio to connect. Can you hear me? You gonna say a word?
Oh, you invited me in? My bad. Going on? No, I just came in. I just launched the thing, man. Yeah, we working on it. But hey, how everybody doing? Charges on here, aka Debo.
Man, that thing was playing live here, then it was playing live on another different app. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But I figured it out. I'll make it work. All right. Also, we got the Steelers owner, Mike. You come on back, Mr. Mike. There he is.
How y'all doing?
God, dog, man. He got it. I'm gonna throw up right now. Welcome, sir. All right. Also, we got Tiger. He's great. The Giants owner, LT. You'll sit back.
Oh Lord.
Whatever, dude. All right. Triple OG / Triple OG. Tony Tranks, 49ers owner.
Greetings, everyone. Good to be here on this new app, Zoom.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got one more. I'm sorry. We got the Bengals owner. He a jerk for this.
Oh wow.
You see what he put?
No, I didn't.
He said Bengal and Browns owner. I hope his stuff don't work.
Connecting to audio.
All right, we'll let him figure it out. All right, so we're going to be covering weeks 3 through 7. A lot of stuff has changed. Well, some stuff has changed, right?
No, there's been enough changes as far as top 10, who's
top
won.
10, right.
We got a lot of weeks to go over too. I think what is this week 3 to 6 that we had, 3 to 7, weeks 3 to 7. So we've advanced a lot.
Yes.
A couple auto advances.
Yep. Yes. Some people got booted from the league, so we can talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll go.
I ain't
over
gonna say
absences.
booted, but
we'll go over the absences.
Yeah, I don't know if use boot, but yeah, whatever. You've been warned. All right, if we can't go over division leaders, I greatly appreciate it.
No problem.
Wait, Billups, can you hear us?
Yeah, 10-4.
All right.
You hear me?
You're 5 by 5, sir.
See that kitten in the background.
Yeah. And your name sucks.
Well, it's funny. Dill, you asked me to do this, right? and literally I don't know if my Xbox crashed because the power didn't go anywhere, and I had a blank screen right when you hit live. I have it up now, but it was just hilarious.
Right.
But anyway, we're going to the FNG standings. We're going to start as always with the AFC North. We have the Ravens at 5-0, undefeated, continuing their streak of dominance of that division. We have the Browns at 6-1. Man, what a turnaround for this season for the Browns. That's compared to last season, not even making the playoffs. So that's a great thing. We have the Bengals at 3-2, one game back, right in striking distance. And we have the Steelers at 0-5. But anybody that's watched the Steelers last 5 games, they've been in every single one of them versus the situation the way it was before where he really wasn't in them. So progress there. Moving down to the AFC South, we have the Colts leading the division at 3-3. We have the Texans. They're currently CPU owned at 2-4. We have the Titans at 1-5, tied with the Jaguars at 1-5 at the bottom of that division. Moving over to the AFC East, we have the Bills at 5-2. We have the Patriots in second place at 3-3. We have the Jets at 3-4, and they just had a really, really great game against the Vikings today. I was happy to watch that. And we have the Dolphins rounding up the division at 2-5. Another good game to watch that happen today. Heading up to the AFC West, season 1 champion Chargers at 4-1. Right behind them, we have the Broncos at 4-2. They've had an amazing season so far. The fact that they're even that in striking distance this early is a good thing. We have the Chiefs at 3-3. Welcome back, Mr. Justin Smith. And we have the Raiders rounding out the division at 0-5. Heading on to the NFC, go to the NFC North. We have the Packers at 5-1 and commanding 5-1. And I don't know if they've led the division this early before. So congratulations to Mr. Smith. Sean Smith. We have the Vikings right behind them at 4-3. They had a pretty good game recently against the Jets. We have the Lions. The Lions. I repeat, the Lions in third place at 2-5. And
Who again? Who was it?
Ty, the Don of the Birds. He is 2-5. He's not at the bottom of the division. He literally every single game he's been in, he's probably the most improved team. Excellent. At 2-5, they probably could improve that.
Twice as many wins as last year.
Yeah, maybe it was that quarter. Maybe it was that quarterback they got, Mike. Maybe that's helping out. We have the Bears, surprisingly, former king of the North, at 1-4. At least they didn't go on a 5-game losing streak. Going down to the NFC South, we have the Falcons leading the division at 2-4. And then we have a tie for second place. Buccaneers and Panthers both at 2-5. And rounding out the division at 1-4, the Saints.
The new AFC East over there.
Yeah, possibly. Well, with Joe Williams returning as the Panthers, I think that should change. Yes. Heading over to the NFC East, I'm sorry. We have the Eagles that are commanding 5-0, and I don't think they've ever been this undefeated this long. So, since short of the last time they were doing this well was when Chaz had the Eagles. So 5-0, congratulations, Pete. We have the Giants at number. I repeat, we have the Giants at number 2 in the division.
The Giants
4-2.
Where they do that?
Right behind the Eagles by 2 games. Right behind them, we have the Redskins at 2-3. Had to be some losses if the Giants are second place. And we have the Cowboys at 1-5, wrapping up the division. We'll see if this standings keeps this way, but it's just amazing to have such a upheaval and turnaround for some teams, a couple different teams. And rounding out the FNG, we have the NFC West / NFC Best. The back-to-back champion. The back-to-back champion.
Yes,
let me say
it. Wait a minute. Hey, Harris.
You might want to mute yourself, Harris.
I got him. There he is.
He over there macking. Got his woman calling. Hey, what's
baby.
going on, baby?
How you doing,
Yay.
baby?
No, we have the Seahawks at 6-0. The back-to-back champion Seahawks at 6-0. And right behind them on their heels, you have the 49ers at 4-1. 4-1. Let's write it again. 6-1. And we have
winning streak.
Really? Oh, well, you know.
Yeah.
Got strung a couple games together. And we have a tie for fourth place, 4-2 Cardinals and Rams. And this division looks really, really strong this far into the thing. We'll see if it keeps up. But, Dill, that is the FNG standings.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much,
pleasure.
sir. We're going to go right into week 3. Some highlights, game of the weeks, games that stand out. You gentlemen have your systems up.
I'm pulling it up now. Oh, hold on.
So the first one off rip is the Eagles versus the Bears. Eagles beat the Bears 38-31. Good stuff.
Bears have had a lot of nail biters, Dill. I mean, this guy cannot get a win.
No.
I mean, I don't think he's ever had this many losses this early, even when he was having a bad season. This has got to be his worst season. And losing by 7 points to the Eagles. I mean, it's a respectable loss, but he's not happy.
So he's watching right now. Isaiah, come on the show, man. Talk with us. Tell us what's going on, man. Speak your mind, man. Speak your mind.
Yeah, I mean, only thing I can see that's off balance, just looking at the stats, he only had 45 yards rushing, and he's too good to be that imbalanced because that's not his game to have that many passing yards, 334 passing and only 45 rushing. So that plus 2 turnovers.
He's having a hard time until recently stopping and run as well as running the ball himself. So, I mean, that's definitely a bad combination. You're going into a season with the owners we have.
Yeah, you're right. Not being able to stop the run is bad. 10 carries, 125 yards for the rookie for the Eagles, Benjamin Neal, 2 touchdowns. That's not good. He gave up 2 more touchdowns to the other 2 running backs, to a running back and a wide receiver. I'm sorry. So, yeah, he might want to clean that up.
Yep. Shout out to Joe. He just commented saying he's back.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back.
Joe. Welcome back, Joe. I'm gonna post.
Is that Joe back? Is he back in the 4-5 jersey or the 2-3 jersey, man? What's the deal?
Well, 1 win at a time.
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, in that division, he only needs 1 win to seal the deal. So he came back at the right time.
I can't endorse that.
Brandon Moore, do something about it, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
Can't let them do you like that.
Next game too. What you think? Packers versus Jets. Packers lost that game 31-24.
I look at the Jets.
Jets another one of those teams that got probably the best roster. Jets and Rams got 2 of the best rosters by far in this game, but Jets is having a hard time.
We don't want to talk about
things
that.
Together.
We don't want to talk about that, man. I want that team.
Yeah, the
what team?
roster's nice.
Yeah, the Jets start off. Go back to last season. The Jets were 8-3 at one point. I think they lost their last 5 games of the season, and they start off the season this year kind of doing the same thing. Some tough losses, some close losses, just not putting a complete game together. So I'm sure that he would own it. He's just in a funk right now, but yeah, some close losses overall. But again, Green Bay, great start. Like you mentioned earlier, 5-1. So I mean, they're doing what they got to do to get dubs. So kudos to the Packers and Sean Smith over there.
Yeah, good game. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to pull it out. Jets finally get their win that they're supposed to get. Let's see what else looked good.
What about the Vikings versus the Redskins?
Tough loss.
Yes. That looked good, man. Like it was a good game, down to the wire.
Yeah. I don't think I saw this game, but it looked like it was close. It was a 3-point victory, all the way to the wire. I mean, no scoring in the first. Essentially, the Redskins got 2 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 at the end. It was that extra touchdown in the second quarter to kind of put them over the top, and then with a field goal. You okay? Okay.
All right. So a little stuff that's different right now compared to Zoom and StreamYard. I can't post the comments up on the screen, and I don't.
Can always announce them.
Yeah, I am. You know,
Where's the
Joel,
fun in that?
I know exactly. It was
Well,
fun.
actually, anyone who, unless you're talking about the viewers, anyone can look and see what the comments are.
Where?
Yeah, I would like to see
button,
Yeah. You said what?
if you hit the chat at the bottom.
Yeah.
So anyone who's commenting within the part, you can see the chat. You talking about
No.
people viewing?
Yeah. I'm talking about people on live on YouTube right now. I
You
can't.
probably have to watch YouTube and
Yeah,
comment
that's what I'm
on
doing
the
right now.
comments.
Yeah.
So I mean, Isaiah said his defense has been pretty lax. Hopefully he got that fixed, and he's taking one game at a time. Willis said that Goldman is gone for the Bears.
Firing coordinators, huh?
Right. The Ravens is in the building. So.
Oh, what's going on, Lord King?
Man,
Well, another game that pops up on week 3 for me is the Jaguars taking out Cincinnati, 24-17. What happened in that game?
Oh man, what
happened?
What?
So
he drinking now. He got to take a drink.
yeah. So this fucker, right?
This show is sponsored by Bud Light. Go ahead.
Nah, this sponsored by this sponsored by Riscato today. So, you know, I am really a gracious friend and owner, and I try to do things when I invite people to the league. I try to build them up, make sure they got all the things they need to be great, right? So I took an L, but I called myself trying to, you know, play some base things, show him around, see if he kind of works some plays through. And this fucker decided he wanted to beat me and shit, man. Like, I don't get it, man. It was like, you know, I was definitely, first half I was doing some BS stuff, was letting him. I was like, okay, that's what's up. Got the stuff off. I caught myself trying to turn it up in the second half, and it just never happened. So I never hit that corner, man. I let my quarterback is already a snap away from getting benched, first round pick.
Kelly Smith.
He just kept, yeah, real
28.1.
Yeah, I think it came down to 2 minutes left. He went for it on 4th down and like 16. He was on like just outside of like field goal range, so he had to either punt it or go for it, and he got it. And then he just he scored late on me. I mean, I choked, and it happens. You can't take teams lightly. You basically disrespect guys, and I definitely went into that game disrespecting him. I deserved that L, honestly. I should have blew him out by. I should have blew him out by 50. That's what I should have did. But I let him stick around, and yeah, he got me. So congratulations. You are now het. You won't get another victory in FNG until Madden 2021. You know, so but no, it was definitely a good win for him. He didn't play bad for real, but I did some BS stuff.
With your division as strong as it is, yeah, he broadcast.
Yeah.
With that division as strong as it is, you can't really mess around. Especially AFC losses. Oof.
That was the worst loss in my Madden history by far. I mean, I've had some games I should have won, but that was definitely by far the worst loss. And I kicked myself. I should have pulled a tiger and just quit. So I decided to go ahead and that's it out loud. That's it out loud, man.
That was a low blow.
Yo, that was good.
Not bad. But I took the L.
Wow.
I deserved it. That's probably gonna be what's keeping me out the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if that L came out the playoffs.
Everybody look at Tiger's face.
I know we looking. And side note, somebody did bring up in the chat room talking about that is the Jags' only win. So
yeah, gonna be their only win all season, man. Like I told myself I was gonna help him out that game, and I was gonna coach him up after that game, but he beat my ass, so fuck him. You know?
Well, moving right along.
Yeah. Tell me how you really feel.
Back to my humble self. I'm sorry.
Right.
Moving right along. I tell you, if the JD Lewis hadn't joined the league yet, that Giants win over the Falcons would have been significant, but that was a computer win. But since we're going down the list, we have
go down to the game of the week.
Hold on. I don't know if this is game of the week. I don't think this is game of the week.
Before
that, there was a gigantic loss that kept me from being undefeated that I took at the beginning of the season. It was the team out in Arizona beat me. And the reporters had a whole lot to say after the game about Jimmy Garoppolo tap dancing like the late Gregory. Oh, it was phenomenal. It was so phenomenal. I was salty after that loss. I'm telling you. Yeah. But he lit a fire under me.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to play this game, and Jimmy Garoppolo looked pretty good. He did get sacked 5 times. He definitely did. But he had 154.8 quarterback rating, 304 touchdowns, 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, had a 91-yarder. And Kyle Murray didn't do so well. He kind of did the opposite, 38.0 quarterback rating, less than 100 yards passing, and got sacked 8 times. I want to say 5 of them was Bosa.
Jimmy G did have 4 incompletions, though.
Oh my God, 4 incomplete. Yes, he did. So he was 11 for 15 for 73 yards. And we had a really good day on the ground. 9 carries. Khalif Muhammad in for the injured Matt Breida. 9 carries, 126 yards, 14 yards a carry, and a touchdown. David Johnson, not so much. He had 16 carries, 48 yards. Then he brought somebody else in. Maybe he might be able to do it. 7 carries, 25 yards. Even Kyler Murray tried running a little bit. He ended up fumbling the ball on the 3 carries that he had. He tried.
So tell me, did he wake you up early in the season, man?
Man, let me tell you. Dante Pettis, 205 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 receptions. Yo, I'm telling you, I was looking forward to. I tried not to overlook the Rams the week before. I was looking for this game, and I was waiting to see what the reporters would have to say about that game, and they were surprisingly silent.
Those were Arizona reporters. And they ain't travel.
Oh, they don't travel. Okay, They must have had the TV
Local beat writers.
Well, you know what? Considering they only scored 2 points in the first quarter for the entire game, there wasn't really much to report. So less than 140 yards total offense. Yeah, I understand that.
He said,
Reggie, if you're out there, thank you.
He is. He's watching. He said he did not prepare for the pass. He said, "Good win, sir."
Either way, it was a good win. I appreciate. I learned from all my losses, and sometimes it takes a loss to wake you up. Thank you very much, sir.
Not often you get a rematch and 2 weeks later, so it's definitely
just what the doctor ordered. So
right
happy.
Right back ain't cheating.
So I do want to bring this game up. It's my game against the Patriots, and I told you
revenge. This is revenge week.
Season. Yes, and anybody that beat me last season, Billups. I'm sorry, dude. It's gonna be personal. I play you, but I think he's.
No need to apologize. Just keep that same energy when you get these. Never mind.
Hey, dude, what you got your drink, man? But yeah, I played the Patriots that week, and I wanted to just put my foot, just keep stomping on that game.
Hey, him knocking you out the playoffs last year.
Didn't the Ravens beat you last season?
No, they did.
The Ravens didn't.
I got the
Look at you trying to find some ammunition. Look at you.
No, I was just asking because I just saw I got the season mixed up. I guess.
Yeah. You swept them last season. But go ahead. You were playing the Patriots.
No, I'm just saying. It was another revenge game that I had.
Knocked you out of the playoffs last year.
Knocked me out of the playoffs. So yeah, it was personal.
Week 17.
He said so. He's watching right now. He said that damn OBJ. Yeah, man. Odell Beckham. Excuse me. He's a beast.
5 catches, 167 yards, 33 yards per catch, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah,
he's definitely a beast.
Yes, and he's gonna get the Bengals.
Hey, I just noticed you got the Browns over.
You know what? You know what? So I'm gonna change it right now. But why you gotta do it on live though? No, you gonna change it. Like you gonna do it live right now though? Like
he told everybody this bull can't type.
Hey. Man, wait till I figure out this Zoom, man. I'm gonna be booting you out too.
Oh man.
Don't you want to make your name S50 or something like that? Like,
shut up.
Kareem Hunt, 11 carries, 99 yards. That's all you got to say. When he's got a good run game going, I think Dill is borderline unstoppable.
Yeah.
Because that's pass game going. And he's got his run game going.
And we're gonna talk about it eventually, but that was my issue against the Ravens. Which we'll talk about that game in weeks. I think that was week 6. So
we had another revenge game this week too. Man, week 3 was the revenge week.
Yes, it was. It was a lot of good games that week.
Yeah.
The Ravens at Chargers. The Chargers beat the Ravens last season, didn't they? In the playoffs.
Yep. Beat them last season and in the conference championship.
So they had to get revenge on you. They head into LA. What happened? Tell us what happened, Debo.
It was a back and forth game the entire game, honestly. I mean, it was times where I played defense to stop them. He played defense to stop me. And it was just never like a good, deficiency as far as the score. So it's like, I mean, I kept missing. I missed 2 significant extra points.
Man.
Yeah, 2 significant extra points in that
Hey, would
game.
you like to share why you missed those extra points, or I can do it for you if you want to?
You can go ahead and do it since you know.
Okay, so.
And was you at his house, man? What's up?
No. We talked about this. So what happens is
that I found out with my Xbox.
This is a lesson to all the people out there who steal internet from other people.
Oh.
If you steal internet from other people, there's a chance that the wire, when you stop stealing internet, can come out and you will return to using internet from other people, which is not at the same rate as a wire that's connected directly. So when the wire comes out, all of a sudden your lag spikes. So lesson here, if you never stole internet from other people, you never had this problem. Because as soon as the wire came out, you would know because your internet went down. So
let's establish this now.
This is hypothetical, right? But nobody in this podcast would be stealing, right?
Yeah, I never stole no internet.
Hypothetically, nobody in law enforcement would steal internet.
My neighbor gave me password 2 years ago. The wire came out of my Xbox, and apparently I've been on wireless since preseason week 3. Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, he's been playing off Wi-Fi versus the direct connection that he thought he had, but the cord came unplugged when he was moving some furniture. So that's what that was. That's why he missed those 2 field goals. That plus, so you forgot, Lamar Jackson had 5 carries for 94 yards and 3 touchdowns. And I remember 2 of those touchdowns were like crucial drives that ended up putting the game away because you had him down until he got those 2 touchdowns. One was inside the 10.
Well, he's using them more.
Yeah.
They played excellent offense in the first half. My memory serves it right. They both were like scoring at will. The Ravens ran the hell out of the ball, better than I've ever seen them run the ball. And then in the second half, they both played excellent defense. So the stuff that both teams was getting off in the first half, none of that happened in the second half. So for it to be a 40-41 game, it was a lot of great defensive play that was in that game. So, like, kudos to both owners. Obviously, both owners are more than likely to be there when it's all said and done in the AFC, but it was a great game to watch as a fan of FNG football.
Definitely excellent game. And probably the final game to even remotely talk about this week, we had the Lions beating the Cowboys 36-32. Essentially, he's trying to string together some good wins.
That was a user versus user game, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ty's got a bug in his head. Like, look, I got to get these wins now. Saw that trophy.
2 user wins. 2 user wins. In the
he
same
had a significant pick in the red zone. The Cowboys were in the red zone, I think, on the 15-yard line, and Ty made a beautiful user pick to just go ahead and end the game.
Around his gameplay, like it's like someone else has got the sticks. That's how much he's changed with his performance. I'm happy for him because he's making strides. because it's tough to be down there when everybody's so good. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
he beat the guy that beat me last season, gave me my first loss last season. So, that's a significant win, in
That means he's
FNG.
better than you then, right?
Well, I think I play him this season, so we'll get
the
that
guy
answer.
that beat you, that beat the 6 degrees.
All right.
Yeah.
Good win, Ty. Good win, Ty.
So now
moving on
All right, so
to
we're going to week 4.
to week
But
4.
also,
Come on.
going back to Laura King, the Ravens owner, he said that of course this week he plays Billups. So your scheduled game is what, Tuesday? Your game is scheduled Tuesday?
I believe so, yeah. Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Yeah.
All right, then when we advance, I play the Ravens again. So
Wow.
yeah. So yeah.
Lining it up.
And then Brandon said he likes your background, Tiger. That's all right.
True. It's
No,
all right.
yeah,
Anyone who doesn't know, do you know who's laying there right there? Can't tell. I guess anyone do you know who's laying right there? That'd be the great Randall Cunningham.
Oh, okay.
You
Anyway.
say laying right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on
to week 4. We're going to week 4. We had a couple we had a close game with the Vikings, 33 over the Panthers, but it wasn't broadcast, nobody saw it. So, we had a blowout with the Buffalo Bills over the Patriots. They're continuing to dominate the division, so that score's no surprise. Green Bay getting a good win against Miami. I'm surprised Miami didn't perform better, but hey, it's the beginning of the season. He's got to get that squared away if he wants to even challenge in the AFC East. Let's see. Tampa Bay got a good win against the.
Go ahead and shout out the Buccaneers. We don't talk about them a lot.
The Bucs.
Season, but that's a
great win for them. Yeah. Keeping those guys pinned down in the NFC South. It was a good division win for them, 34-31. Seattle, they had a really tough game against before they went to the Super Bowl with the NFC Championship against Washington. And this was a really important game for Matt and Isaiah, or as we call him, Zay. And for him to get dominated like that was big, by 21 points. I did not expect the game to go this badly for him, but I believe it was Gurley. Gurley pretty much had a good day. Let's see, rushing.
Yeah, he ran all over him in the second half, and actually at halftime, I think the Redskins were winning, if I remember. Going into the halftime, I think they were up a touchdown or something.
They were up 10-7 at halftime, and they didn't score after that.
Yeah, so Matt turns it on. He turns it on for sure.
Oh, he definitely turned it on. So that was an important win for them. Dallas gets back off the snide and goes 55-14 on Tennessee. So I guess they're back onto it. And this is a good win. The Giants 37-0 Jaguars. Tell us what happened in that game, Tiger.
Tiger? Well, I played well for 3.5 quarters, which is the goal.
Go upstairs.
I had a good defensive game. Was able to stop everything he was trying to do. Offense turned on a little bit. Rookie was playing well, and so put those things together and it became a good game.
Tebow had a great game.
And the Jaguars are hex. They would never win a game in FNG.
I'll be honest. I actually thought that they were going to bring. I thought they were going to bring. After seeing what they did to Billups, I actually was like, okay, they got some game. I thought they.
I got something to say. I think me and Dill were laughing at the same thing. It's just how Tiger is responding to a win, just because like he doesn't know how to respond to a win. He was like, I played well.
Hey, that's humble Tiger. That's humble Tiger. Can't be mad at that.
What do you want me to say? Debo like, hey, I expected to win. I expected to win all games. Even the Ravens game, I won. If you were looking closely, I won that game too. Yeah, I won Ravens game. I won that game too. Y'all didn't see I won that game. I won that game. I don't care what score says. I won that game too.
That's a very good impersonation. Like you swelled up and everything.
Yeah. That's what you do all the time. I won that game, but you lost. No, I won the game. And Matt's over there going, but you lost.
Yeah, man. I ain't worried about Matt. Him or his post that he put up today. Anybody worry about him?
But
Well,
you lost. No matter,
Tiger,
but you lost.
it's one of the many wins you've gotten this season. I think 4 of them, and it's the reason why you're challenging for your division and challenging for the playoffs, like I predicted in the preseason. So good win.
You're on your way to Coach of the Year. You keep going.
For real.
You're shocking the league.
Yeah, it's an excellent performance.
Is it going to stop? Eventually, yes. But right now, you're in there, buddy.
What's more shocking, him or Detroit?
I would say Detroit because
it has to be Detroit because people pick Tiger to win games this season. So
Harris need to go to timeout, man.
I picked him to win. But he's still gonna get these jokes.
Well, it's an excellent performance. You shot the Jags out, scored almost 40. Excellent job.
Hey,
Detroit.
Harris, go to the corner of your shed and stand there.
All right, there I go.
He apologized to Ty. That's all he got to do.
I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
Well, outside of that, what else do we really have? Cincinnati beating the Jets.
Well, that wasn't a big game, but the Cardinals and the Rams was an excellent game to watch as well. If you want to talk about that a little bit.
High scoring game. I mean, I watched this game and Matt posted in the chat, the Mixer chat was probably apropos. It was nice seeing your opponents beat up on each other because I wasn't rooting for anyone in this game. I hate both teams, but it seemed like Jared Goff was trying to throw that game away. And every time he turned around, Reggie gave it back to him. It was just crazy how that game went.
You can do,
Exactly.
That second half that the Rams put on was unbelievable to watch. They were down big, and it seemed like all they were doing in the second half was running 9 routes, and every time it just got off. I was just like, I could not, I was like, there's no way he's going to do it again, and he would do it again. And it was like, there's no way. And it was just play after play after play. First of all, I know John Ross is staying in Cincinnati next year, by the way. There's no way he's going anywhere. But it was just amazing. It was just amazing to watch him just run 9 routes. And I mean, he has X factor at 3 different receiver positions. As quarterbacks, the X factor. And
2 superstar backups.
It just seems seamlessly for him just to throw the ball deep and catch it in stride every single time in the second half. So it was definitely one of those games where you just knew that whoever had the ball last would win. So
I just want to hear the play call that Jared Goff calls in the huddle for real. Okay, single back 4 receiver formation, 9-9-9-9-9 on 4, go.
Yeah.
But I mean, just for the people that's watching, you got John Ross 6 catches for 231 yards, 38 yards a catch, 38.5 yards a catch, 3 touchdowns. You got Brandon Cooks, 3 catches, 116 yards, 38.7 yards a catch, 2 touchdowns. Yeah. DK Metcalf, 3 catches, 82 yards, 27.3 yards a catch. I mean, these guys catch the ball significantly down the field. It's just ridiculous. So
no route tree utilization at all.
No routing concepts. Hey, just run straight.
So somebody in a chat room said that Moss ability is overpowered.
It is.
Yeah, they said it.
It is.
But you can beat it.
It's beatable.
Because I play him twice a season.
Tell the league
you can beat it.
How is it beatable?
Well,
I mean, he hasn't made the playoffs in this season. So I mean, something's happening. So I mean, there's a way to do something.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. See, what the Moss ability does is it gives you special animations when you go up to catch the ball. You get advantages and more animations. So if you try to intercept the ball and your cornerback is not an X factor, you're giving them the significant advantage. Just smack the ball down. Don't go for the pick. You go for the pick, you're going to get mossed. Point blank period. That and have multiple people in the area if you can, because you're throwing such deep passes that should happen.
Okay,
that's my thing, and that's pretty much all the games for week 4.
Let's
move on to week 5.
Yes.
Anything stand out to anyone this week?
I look like the Giants versus the Cowboys. Giants won that game 27-24.
Oof, that was a nail biter. What happened, Tiger?
I expected to win that game. I
Here we
expected
go.
to win all games. No, so what happened in that game? I was playing real well, and was able to sort of dictate on offense and defense. And then I want to say third quarter, I kept shooting myself in the foot by part of it was I don't know, timing, part of it was lag, part of the combination of lack of practice under lag, but my quarterback was not going down.
Nope.
Hey, it's true.
Nope.
In practice, like it's hard to get them in practice to lag that lag. But and what I'm talking about is when you run with the quarterback and if you don't release enough time before you hit the X button, he'll dive. And when that happens, my quarterback tends to drop the ball. So
let me help interpret for the people that are watching. Tebow, 3 carries, 13 yards, 3 fumbles on 3 carries.
The reactions were so funny from Tiger.
So I actually allowed Bat to get back in that game, and he actually took the lead in the fourth quarter. And it took a last minute drive to come down and re-secure my victory. But it was one of those things where normally in the past I tend to give those games away, so I was happy I didn't, put it that way.
I was in the party with you, and another inside. This is inside football right here. Tiger's dog Coco understands English now, and she learned it from her master. Can you fucking believe? And his dog, once he says, "Can you?" His dog gets up and walks right out the room because he knows he's about to go on some tirade. Every time he fumbled the ball, anybody watched it, they heard him. I can't believe this. Can you fucking? And he just went on. It was hilarious.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't curse when I play this.
Whatever.
The new baby Milo doesn't understand it yet, but
you better learn. Better learn my language.
The filth flung.
That
was a good game.
I didn't say no filth flung, and
Goonie goo goo.
Right.
A game I need Tranks to talk about is the 49ers versus the Chiefs. You won that game 27-21.
That was awfully close, Tranks.
Really? I don't remember this game.
You played it.
I know we played it.
We went to overtime.
I can't remember the game.
It was an overtime, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
What?
I cannot remember the game.
Hmm.
And it's rare. This is a rarity. But I literally cannot remember what happened in that game.
I think you were up 21-0 at some point, I think, in the game. And he scored 21 points straight to tie the game. And then you scored in overtime. I mean, that's a synopsis.
No, this is the Chiefs. Justin.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like Justin shut his offense down in the second half. He scored 1 touchdown, but he scored 21 straight points and then went to overtime.
21 straight.
Step up in the second half.
Were you trying to get this game talked about on the podcast like Matt?
Huh? What are you talking? Yo, I don't know what you're talking about because I am not about that. I don't even want to be talked about. But I don't. I really don't remember what happened in this game.
Yeah, I knew you were up. I watched the first half or so. You were up. I think I turned it off, did some other things, and turned it back on, and you were only up a touchdown. I don't know what happened. I didn't watch.
You know what? Game, I think if you not that I want to belabor this any longer, but you look at this game and maybe the next game, there's a theme. There's a common theme, and I'll talk about it when I talk about the next game.
All right, all right. One more game I want to bring up: the Patriots beat the Broncos 21-14.
All right, Debo. I'm gonna let you talk about this one. I'll let you talk about this one. Because we were all in the party with Cole.
Wait.
Cole came into our party.
Is this why Cole isn't on today?
No, I sent you an invite.
I don't know.
Hey, Cole, if you watching, I sent you an invite. So you can come here and talk about it.
I do want Cole to talk about this because
I sent him an invite. He's always on the show, so I sent him an invite.
I have
And that-
never.
Anybody else that want to be on the show and talk about y'all games, you're more than welcome to join us. We got more people on this show now, more than 6. So yeah,
I've never
don't throw
heard
that on me.
Cole cuss this much ever. It was hilarious.
Man, what the fuck, Philip Lindsay?
Yo, he said, "What the fuck's hurt?" Yo, it was hilarious. He fumbled the ball. He got injured.
Man.
He was mad.
I think the kicker was like Cole didn't even say bye to us. He just left
He
the
just
party
left
after
the
that.
party.
Yo, that was
That's
the kicker,
why.
man.
Nope. That's why I'm not in the party with y'all when I play my games. I'm not. No, because y'all make fun of people. Like I say, because my kids is right there, so I can't cuss. I said, what the fuck, Rutgers?
Everybody gets it, man.
Y'all in my ear, like you said, fuck Rutgers.
Well,
son of a.
He jumped in the party and was talking junk before the game. That's the thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And come in there and then take that quick L ticket too. It was he got real quiet and then just started cursing. What the fuck? And that was it.
He got pissed. And just left the party, man. I was like, damn. I mean, I was going to invite him back in, but I'll let him calm down. I know how them type of games be. For real.
Well, I'll tell you, before we move on, I will say this. You had Seahawks shut out the Cardinals 45-0. And not Cardinals, but the Panthers. But another close game, NFC West seems to be doing this a lot. Tampa Bay, 4 points lost to the Rams, 31-35. These are some tight games. That means, and the reason why I'm pointing it out is just saying that the bottom of the league is getting better. It's just making it tough to get a win in FNG. That's the main reason why we're pointing this out. These wins are these losses this close are significant. We look at them. And the only other one we can really talk about here is the Vikings losing to the Eagles, because at the time both of these two teams were undefeated, and the Eagles blew out the Vikings. But the game wasn't broadcast, so there's really not more we can talk about on that. So we move on to week 6.
Yep.
Anything stand out to you guys in week 6? Miami loses a close one to New England, 24-21.
Cardinals, Giants.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That is definitely the one we should start on first.
All right.
Mr. Tiger Roar.
Is that the Cardinals game?
Roger that.
Okay, so my assessment of the Cardinals game, the Cardinals experience was, if anyone doesn't know, we had a real tight game. I was playing real well defensively. Offensively, I was playing a little afflicted, but we were in the game. And then at the end, he got into field goal range, so I let him score with 20-something seconds left, because I figured if he
there's a little more time on the clock than that.
Right. Well, I think by the time I got the ball back, it was like 27 or something. But when I should have gotten the ball back. But I let him score because I figured at that point, kick a field goal. He was inside the 30. I think he broke a run out to get inside the he was real close to field goal range and got in the field goal range, so I let him score with the idea of with 3 timeouts and in a few seconds I could maybe get back down.
It was a tie ball game. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, and so I was in the party with a bunch of cats and I was recording. So I get the run back and I get a decent run back. I think I got to like his 47 with the addition of a penalty, a face mask. So I was
face mask penalty.
Yeah, so I was in good position, and then my play screen comes up, all black. And I had played 2 people this week in practice. I think it was either Dill and I think it was Bullock, where that had happened. So I hit start. It was like, okay, and go back out, all black, no plays, can't pick anything. And I think it was against Dill. I randomly hit the button to pick something, and the play came up. All his players were there. My players weren't there. And the ball. So in this game, I didn't want to do that. So I hit pause again and was like, okay, let me go to previous play. And they had previous plays. I clicked on previous plays, nothing there. So I hit start. Next thing you know, black screen goes to desktop. And I was like, oh, man. close game. You know, it was real close.
You had all your timeouts still. You hadn't used a timeout.
And it was a chance. You know, I'm not saying there was a probability, but it was a chance. The problem is it was a bad optics. As far as I was concerned, everyone knows that I don't do that, but still, it's just bad optics. And then I talked to Reggie. I actually got into a chat with him, and he's like, "Yeah, his went to desktop too. He actually crashed all the way out to desktop as well. So something with Madden blew up. So sorry, you got time. We'll run it back. And so we ran it back. And
he took off his belt. He took his belt off, and what happened again?
Everything that I normally do wrong in games, I decided I was going to revisit those things in that game. I was going to scramble wrong way. I was going to hold the ball too long. I was going to drop too long. I was going to miss holes running the ball. I was going to dive. I was going to do everything I could possibly do to make it. Everyone would realize that I was on the sticks. So that's what happened. And I don't know what the final score was, but it was a lot to a little. And he ended up walking away with a good win that he earned. That I was frustrated over. So I threw out that tape, and I'm not dwelling on it too much.
Tebow, 3 picks and a fumble. That's all you need to read. 3 picks and a fumble on 3 carries.
He did not have a good day.
Barkley,
you think?
8 for 14.
I don't know.
That's enough. That's all we need to talk about.
Are you
8 rushes for 14 yards. Go ahead, sir.
Can you go ahead just for? I know the answer, but just for everybody that's watching, can you explain FNG rules on why that game was replayed?
Oh yeah, I actually didn't know the rules. I had to ask Tony in the middle of the game afterwards. I said, I don't know the rules. I don't know what's going to happen. If it was lost, I didn't care. I wasn't going to break the rules. And the rules was that within the last 2 minutes, if the game is under 9 points, then you have to restart the game. And then whatever point differential it is, the other person gets credited those points, meaning that within the first quarter you can catch those points up. So effectively, what I did, got the ball punted to him, and then I pulled my guy off and he threw a touchdown.
No, that's not what you did, sir. What you did was you got the ball, right? You started running, handing the ball to Saquon Barkley, and I said, hey, punt the ball, bro, punt it. He was like, oh shit, I just forgot about that. So he punted it to him.
He didn't ask me what I did wrong. He asked what the rules were. So
10-4.
what the ruls were, okay?
Yeah.
But I did forget that quickly what the rules were. But no, what happened was essentially I spotted him back to 7 points that he had at the point of the disconnection, and then we played normal from there. So
he moved his cornerback out of the way. Essentially, you have a whole quarter to try to get the score back to what it was, whatever it was. So he moved his cornerback out the way so the guy could just throw it for a touchdown and just get it out the way. And then he had the ball so that, they could continue the game as it was. And he didn't do much but score a field goal that game. So the team that was ahead in that disconnection ended up winning anyway. So it worked out.
I told, as well as I played the first one, I played badly the second one. So about that same delta.
All right, time out real quick, gentlemen. I have an emergency to go. I got to deal with something real quick.
Okay.
Wait. But, Tiger, I made you host.
I saw that, yeah.
So you got it. And I'll be right back on, all right?
All right, cool.
All right.
Any other games that week?
Don't forget the wipe.
Bro, you off the hook today.
Wait, I didn't hear that. What'd he say?
He said, don't forget the wipe.
Don't forget the wipe.
Kick rocks. Yeah, it said kick rocks, Phillips.
Use your PPE, man.
All right. So where we at with the week 6 games?
Atlanta beating the Steelers by 10 points. That game was a lot closer than I believe the Falcons, because J.D. Lewis, the returning owner, I think that he was appreciated than he would have appreciated it to be.
What's your take on that, Mike?
Mike, why don't you tell us about that game, sir?
So, number one, 2 amazing CPU interceptions on that game. One of them, the strong safety hurdled my tight end to intercept.
Yeah, I remember that.
I mean, ridiculous.
Vance McDonald, man.
I don't remember the other one, but it was another great one, just not a hurdle interception. I threw 3 others that were bad on me. And really, it came down to sticks. I couldn't make the tackles when I needed to, and he got to run all over me with it.
I'll say newly acquired Devin Singletary had an amazing day on the ground. 14 carries, 122 yards, 8.7 yards a carry for 3 touchdowns. I think that was the turning point in the game. Now Ito Smith had a pretty good game on the ground as well, but he had a fumble on both Singletary and he had a fumble, so they canceled each other out. But it really was his run game. He had 4 touchdowns on the ground and only turned the ball over twice. And you turn the ball over essentially 6 times. So turning the ball over 6 times and only losing by 10, I believe is significant. It shows, like we were saying when we were pointing out the Bucks and the Lions, a couple other teams who've been just outside the playoffs or significantly outside the playoffs. You guys are making strides to get better, and you can tell in your game. Even though they're not turning the wins right now, you're on the way. So, again, hats off to you. It was an excellent game, and JD's a good player too. So you being able to get that, staying that close after turning the ball over 6 times is significant. I've had those games where I've turned the ball over a bunch of times and only lost by like 10 points and be like, you know what? The fact that I was even in this game shows how good my defense was playing because, Bush, your linebacker, he's always causing fumbles. He caused that fumble, I think. So excellent game.
So far, number 2 in the league for forced fumbles, right behind Luke Keeley.
Oh, really? Okay, not bad. Surprised Derwin James ain't making that noise. And the Bears get their first win, right? Beat the Jets. Jets lost 31-7 to the Bears. I'm sure Isaiah's happy about that. I like that background, by the way, Phillips, a lot. That one's good. I say anything else stand out here? Oh, the 2 commissioners played this week.
Commissioner's Cup.
The Commissioner Bowl, right?
Yeah, I think I actually saw what you posted in there. It was pretty funny. The loser of this gives up. Billup slides in at the commissioner's spot. I thought that was kind of funny. Being one of the participants in this game, I really felt like I was having an amazing game and was unstoppable. Scored pretty much 42 points in the first half. And probably similarly to my game the week prior to the Chiefs, where it seemed like the guy came back and I didn't really do a whole lot. And anybody that watched my game against the Vikings, I pretty much handed my controller to my son, and he was playing the game, and he wasn't able to put it. No, I'm just kidding. I shut it down. I benched my guys at half, and did not have the eye of the tiger, and ended up giving up 21, 22 unanswered points in that game, and didn't score in the second half. And won by 7.
And came down to 4 seconds left, 4th and goal from the 4, an incompletion by Josean that would have tied the game with no time left.
And I was.
He could have went for the whole time. Could have went for 2.
I think he would have went for 2 and won the game if he had scored. Yep.
Ifs and buts for candy and nuts.
Every day would be Christmas.
But yeah, that's what that was. I think
so what you're saying is that you pulled a Billups, is what you're saying.
I think I pulled a.
You tried to pull a Billups, but Billups was successful, so he's better at it than you are.
Because Billups lost, the Jaguars will never win again.
Yeah, he definitely cursed them. But yeah, so after this game, and I'm gonna be honest with you,
I'm a mute because I'm hollow.
Yeah, you're good. In the second and third and fourth quarter, regardless of what was actually happening, I didn't feel worried at all. In both the Chiefs and this game, I was not concerned because while I had my backups in, I knew that anytime I wanted to take the game back over, I could, because I was literally doing whatever I wanted to do on offense. So and another game without Breida. So we were able to survive all the games without Breida. We brought him back early, but we didn't start him.
That's called hubris.
Yeah, I agree. You're not wrong. This luckily it's not a cautionary tale, but if you have your opponent beat down by halftime, put a little more in on the third quarter so there's no chance they can come back, because I almost lost this game.
Yeah.
I almost lost this game. It's
Now
similar to the Vikings game.
Now you see why I do what I do.
Yeah, I almost lost this game. So, right. So I had to change that, and I think the next week I did. I think I did that the next week. So Cole had an opportunity to do something against the two-time champ, make up for that loss against the Patriots, and he ran in there and got roughed up, 42-20.
Mollywopped.
Yeah, he got mollywopped. He got dominated by the champ. Champ put it on him, and I don't think this game was ever in question, ever in question.
Actually, it's interesting because on that game, he, I think Matt jumped up early, and then he kind of took his foot off the gas a little bit, and there was one point where it was 28-20, and Cole had the ball in the red zone, and I was like, I wonder if he ties it up, goes for two, he can tie this game up, make it interesting, and he threw a pick, and Matt was like, it reminded me of The Great White Hope, where he was like, "You trying to murder me in front of national television?" So then he went to commence to,
right, yeah.
And then the next 4 possessions, if I'm not mistaken, were, either a fumble or pick that Matt turned into a touchdown. So it turned into a whitewash.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I don't think he was worried at all in that game. And Cole really couldn't perform in the second half. The most he put up was 3 points. And against the champ, you can't. Against a team that good, you can't do that. His name's on the trophy, gentlemen. You got to give him your best game. You cannot go into Seattle or have Seattle come into town and think you're going to just be able to play half a game. You got to play a full 28 minutes, since we do 7-minute quarters. So unfortunately, he was not able to get that win. Anybody see any other games here to stand out to you that you saw? No, I see Cleveland weren't able to do anything with the Ravens this week. And Dill's not here to talk about it. Lamar Jackson did what he did. And Baker Mayfield had a good game except for the 2 picks. Yeah, so anybody see any other games that stand out? Yes, no, maybe so. Get it out. No? I guess I'm gonna take that silence as everybody's good on these games. Yes.
Much.
All right. So we go on to week 7. And we have a bunch of, so far week 7 just started Saturday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games played in week 7, which is real good. And here's where things kind of get kind of crazy. The score is, I'll say, lopsided. That's what I'll say. You had Cleveland holding Tampa Bay to 2 points, dropping 27 on them, which was, pretty much them taking care of business. You had the 49ers beating the Carolina Panthers 38-10. And you have the Houston Texans scoring 21 but giving up 45 against the Bills. I'll say this. After my game, the Panthers ended up leaving the league. And after the Buffalo game, the Houston Texans ended up leaving the league. And we got a waiting list going on to be in this league, so we're not going to have a problem filling those spots. But it just – I was really shocked that the Carolina Panthers left. The Texans didn't surprise me because he's been complaining since he's been in the league about his problems with Madden. And, like the boy said, who was commenting when that guy was raging out, the guy who said it was like Tiger, game's always broken when you're losing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know, I figured he was going to be leaving.
Out.
Yeah, the rage out. But
I don't rage out.
Yeah, you don't rage out. You don't lose either.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was
never
shocked
seen me rage
because it didn't seem like Panthers had a really, they only scored one touchdown in the field goal, but they had one really good drive, and I felt like they were putting some good stuff together. And again, when you're in this league and you're not winning, you're not going to win all the time. Like, but at least do your best to get better. You know what I mean? Go for the rushing title. Go for the passing title. Go to get your guys in the Pro Bowl. Find other ways to keep yourself focused on other than just wins, because you got to get better an increment at a time. And seeing him, I was disappointed because he had a lot of energy. I think he was even on the show, and him leaving, I believe, is a loss because I think he had what was needed. But luckily, because he left, I think so. Was it? I think so.
No. You said the Texans, right?
No, not the Texans. The Panthers. The Panthers.
The Panthers? No, that was the Matt's buddy.
Oh, the Texans was the guy with the hat. No. Yes.
No. That's the Jaguars.
It's Jaguars. Okay.
Oh, that's the one that beat Billups.
Yeah.
Damn. Boy, you got your ass whooped by Crocodile Dundee.
Knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
But moving right along, we had another good showing by the Lions against the Dolphins. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I watched this game and I really felt that the Lions had a chance to win this game. They really did. Just didn't execute on offense a couple times. They held the Dolphins quarterback to a 92.8 quarterback rating. He had 2 picks in this game, 1 touchdown. Sacked him a couple times. Now he gave up 166 yards, but on 20 carries. So, he would break one here and then wouldn't break one. And, he just didn't give up enough offense on his end to keep the game close. So I truly believe that the Lions are on their way to challenging the division, especially with one of the teams significantly falling off. They could actually make some noise. And if maybe if the NFC West wasn't so strong, we might even be able to talk about him challenging for one of the wild cards. It's not over yet. We're only 7 games in. We're week 7. We're halfway into week 7. But I like what I see from the Lions, and Ty, I want you to continue doing what you're doing. Whatever it is working. Anybody see any other games that were played this week? Excuse me.
No, but the Battle of Black and
You're breaking up, Billups. I don't know if we can hear you.
You sound real distant.
We can't really hear you.
Well, the Battle of Black and Gold's happening tonight.
Okay, Black and Gold. Because that's your color, so.
Steelers Saints.
Oh, okay. Definitely tune in for that. What time is it we're gonna be hearing this, watching it?
We're finishing this. I'm having dinner, then we're playing.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be tuning into that. Outside of that, I think we are done with the matchups. I'm assuming Dill's not back yet.
Nah. Oh, actually, let me check.
Oh, he left the whole thing, didn't he?
No, let's see.
Oh.
Put Tiger in charge.
He's not back.
No, he's not back. He's still muted. So I assume he's not back. All right, so we're done with the games for the week 6 and 7. We're doing an updated power ranking.
Top 10, yeah. I guess we could do that because Billups did a really good power ranking recently. Until Billups gets his connection squared away, I'm gonna read off the old one that he did, and then we'll do an updated one together as a group here. He did one as of week 6, And I'll go from the bottom to the top since everybody kind of likes it that way. Number 10, he put the Giants. Number 9, he had the Broncos. Number 8, he had the Packers. Number 7, he had the Vikings. Number 6, he had the 49ers. Number 5, he had the Chargers. Number 4, he had the Eagles. Number 3, he had the Bears. Number 2, he had the Ravens. And number 1, he had the champs, back-to-back champs, Seahawks at number 1. And that was as of week 6 when Billups put that top 10, and I completely agree with that top 10, except for me personally, even though I didn't want him to change it. I would have swapped the Giants and the Broncos. But, towards the bottom, it kind of gets kind of close with the records and everything anyway. So next thing we're going to be looking at is the top 10 for week 7. So you square yourself away, Billups, so you're still having technical issues. You there?
He turned off his audio or his video. He might still hear though. Audio, the video's off.
Okay. Well, then let's look at the standings and see if we can put one together. See if we would change anything. Number 1, as of week 7.
I don't think that changes.
Yeah, Seahawks still in week 7. Okay. Number 2, Ravens. They're still undefeated, right?
Yeah, they have to be number 2. Yeah.
Okay, Ravens. Number 3, we had the Browns, but with the Eagles still being undefeated.
I agree.
Yeah, I think the Eagles have to go up there.
And beating the what do you call it? The Vikings, dominating them the way they did. We got to give them a nudge. I'll put the Eagles at 3.
Mic check.
Okay, there you go.
Here. Yep.
He's back.
Munoz, I like that one too.
I appreciate it, man. Where we at? We're doing the top 10?
We are, sir.
We got the number 3. We have Seahawks, Ravens, and Eagles. We're at number 3. You read your last one, and then here we are. We got the number 3. Yep. So number 4.
I would go 49ers at number 4. As the
over the Browns?
Yeah, 49ers game win streak. Could be 49ers and the Chargers. I can't remember who I had in what order.
Yeah, the Chargers and Browns were both above me.
Okay, so I
don't think I did anything.
Chargers, then 49ers.
So your Browns dropping off?
Yeah.
Browns have the same amount of losses. Did they do something to drop?
They lost their most recent game.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. Chargers number 4.
So Chargers 4. I would go 49ers 5, coming off their 6-game winning streak.
Okay.
Then Browns at that point.
Okay, makes sense. Browns at number 6. Number 7.
I can't remember. Was the Cardinals ranked in the last ranking?
No, they were not.
So I would go Buffalo Bills. They're on a 5-game winning streak. It's jumping in the top 10.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Bills at 7.
Then I will go
last 3.
Then I will go Cardinals. Cardinals probably got the best win out of that grouping. I'm having a win over the 49ers.
Okay.
I would go Cardinals, Rams. Cardinals also beat the Rams, so I have them over them as well as far as head-to-head.
Okay, makes
What's
sense.
the Rams record right now?
4-2. They're both 4-2.
Yep.
So you're overlooking the Pack at 5-1.
Oh wow! Did we skip them?
Yeah, you did.
Oh yeah, we definitely skipped.
Oh wow!
That's my error.
What we'll do is we'll put the Pack in at 7, and we'll move everyone else down. Put the Pack at 7.
Who's at 6?
The Browns.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll put the Packers. We'll put the Packers at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Put the Bills at 8, and we'll put the Cardinals at 9, and we'll have the Rams at 10.
I like that because I would have the Broncos falling out of the top 10 with their most recent losses. The Giants falling out of the top 10 with their most recent losses. So that makes sense.
Yeah. So let me go over the list. Seahawks number 1, Ravens number 2, Eagles number 3.
Those
Chargers
are
yeah, they're all the undefeated teams.
Yep.
5-0, 6-0, 5-0.
Yep.
Still in the middle of the week, so some of the records aren't going to be exact. Chargers at number 4, 49ers at number 5, Browns at number 6, Packers at number 7, Bills at number 8, Cardinals at number 9, and the Rams rounding up the top 10 at number 10.
Yeah.
Not bad. And if you had an honorable mention, who would you have just outside the top 10?
Just outside the top 10. Again, they're coming off some losses, but I still got to give a good season to the Giants at 4-2. Not many teams picked them to be 4-2. I would give some credit to the Broncos are at 4-2, and then also the Bengals who are 3-2 right now. But the Bengals are farther down that line.
Where would you rank the Jaguars?
I would never win a game in FNG until Madden 20.
That makes sense. I actually agree with that. I agree with that ranking. I was just wondering.
Yeah, but yeah, I think Tiger, like, to go 4-2 in your first 6 games is nothing to.
Oh yeah.
Apologize.
Nothing to sneeze at.
You're on track for double-digit games. So. The Broncos off to a good start, beat up on some teams they're supposed to beat on, and then games that are haven't faced the Chargers yet. So that'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Hey, Billups, you're more quiet again.
The Bengals got to prove their worth in this league. They lost a close game to the Ravens, and then they got beat by a team they should have handled their business against. So, those are teams that are looking up in the top 10.
Makes sense. Any other thing we've missed so far? Oh, games of the week for this week.
Mm-hmm.
What are we looking at? Anybody have any idea what they are? Or we want to pick next week's games of the week?
I don't think the games of the week for this week have been played yet. Any one of them?
No.
Anybody know what they are? Seahawks Chargers. That's got to be one of them, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that game happening?
Tuesday. He wants it to happen. He's crying on Facebook because he wants it to happen sooner. Don't cry to me. I work.
He is essential personnel.
Yeah, exactly. Don't come to me crying. PSA these.
Packers Eagles. That's a good game. Really good game.
What are we looking at? The rest of the games of this week?
Mm-hmm. Games I'm looking forward that I really want to watch. I'd like to watch them all, but games I really need to see broadcast. Packers Eagles, Seahawks Chargers, Bengals Ravens is another one to see if the Bengals can straighten that arrow, because they don't want to start having point down, and because they've been doing well. Obviously we'll be watching Steelers Saints tonight. See if the Bears will turn season around.
But I'm really excited about what Debo's going to do against the Wild Wild West out there. So.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You can't get better than that. One of the top teams, obviously in the AFC, going against the best division in FNG. So.
That's a big burden on my shoulders right there, boy.
Well, I mean, I keep saying NFC West, NFC best, but I look at that division, which is why Tiger Roar's season is such a big deal. We have a 6-0, 6-1, 4-2, and 4-2. That's the NFC West.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That means other divisions ain't looking.
4 top 10 teams. So if you plan on going to the playoffs, you better win your division for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It ain't gonna be easy. I'm glad I got both my games out against the Cardinals early. But I think that's it. Other than looking at next week's games for games of the week, I don't see anything else we got going on tonight.
Hey, Sean Willis said Rams Broncos play tonight.
Ooh. Oh, midnight. Yeah, they play midnight tonight. The Rams Broncos. I do remember that. Let's keep my eye on that because I know Flash works on the weekend. Looking at next week's games, Redskins Eagles. That'll be a good one to watch.
Yep. Seahawks Rams will be fun to watch.
Cowboys Giants.
Really? Seahawks Rams?
Seahawks
That game,
Rams?
has that ever been competitive?
It may not,
Not
but again,
since
you got
Gurley.
a great offensive team versus one of the best defensive teams. So it's always interesting to see. And again, it's the Wild Wild West.
But it hasn't been competitive, and
since he traded him Gurley. Since he traded him Gurley, it hasn't been competitive.
I'm just being honest. Since he traded Gurley, it has not ever been even close.
Yep. Browns Ravens, another big game next week as well.
Yes, definitely another big game.
Yep.
And I think that's it.
Every game matters, man. I mean, like I said, you get the, everyone hopes to get those cheap wins early in the season because they count just like the games in the end of the season. But
you only get 16 of them.
Where every game matters. So you can't take losses against teams you should win, and you gotta upset some folks as well. So
give them your best game for 4 straight quarters. Right.
Yep. FNG football.
But I think I'm squared away. I think we're all done. You know how to end this, Tiger?
Yeah. We can end it. Anything? Anyone else have anything else want to say? Any public service announcements?
Week 7, week 8.
I got one public PSA. The Jaguars would never win a game in FNG until Madden 2021.
Wow.
Just letting you know, man.
Wait,
just 2021.
Can I say this? Please broadcast your game. At least one of the participants should broadcast because we're all still locked down. Some cities are not under free to walk around and all that, So if you can, people at home, they have nothing to do, but they'll just watch. This is what's the sports we have is FNG, and having potentially 8 games or more to watch is great. So if you could broadcast your games, that's really it. I'm good. Excellent show, guys.
Well, thanks for joining. Once again, we had another good show.
Terrible host.
Go ahead. I really feel that way. But here's the thing.
Just wrap it up, Tiger. Wrap it up, man.
Yeah. So I had to take care of something real quick. So now we have a good quorum that we really care about.
Who did he boot? Harris.
So on that note, you guys be safe. Remember to stay safe out there. Be nice and
like and subscribe.
Yep. And how about those Jaguars? All right, fellas.
We're still live, so you got to end it.